Hey ladies, it's Tanner. Welcome to another video. Hi, how are you? Doing great? Me too. Bye. Stay hydrated. In the last video, I asked you guys what you guys wanted to see, and some of you asked for story times, so I ran a poll on Twitter. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, please go follow me. I do polls over there often, and so I really want you guys' feedback. This week, you guys gave me feedback, and I chose the one that lost. So anyway, by the title and thumbnail, you guys can tell that I'm going to be talking about the experience that I had at my very first job, where I got suspended. When I was 17 years old, I got my first official job. I worked at a little grocery store in the town where I went to high school. It was great. You know, I thought working a 3-hour shift after school would be the death of me, and now here I am working 40 hours a week and I want to die. So there I was, 17-year-old Tanner working at a grocery store, bagging groceries, checking people out, stocking shelves, you know, whatever. So at the store we had a deli. If you don't know what a deli is, it is where there's like a little area in the store where there's like meats and cheeses and things like that, and it's like sliced. It's not like pre-packaged like lunch meat. We had a butcher who worked in the deli, and he or she ground up hamburger, did all the things, sliced cheese, meats, whatever. I had worked at this job for about a year and a half, and so in that time I went from 17 to 18 and I was allowed to work in the deli. So the butcher, who was the main butcher at this store, we were pretty good friends. At this time, I didn't know what YouTube was. I didn't know that people sat down and made videos for a living. Like, I didn't know what that was. If you guys have watched most of my videos, I didn't know what YouTube was until after high school. So the butcher, I'm not gonna use her name because I didn't ask her if I could like say her name or anything, but we were pretty close then, and she had started a YouTube channel, and I didn't care. I didn't know what it was. I didn't care. She like talked to me about Jenna Marbles and other YouTubers, and I was like, okay, like that's weird. She had started taking videos of us at work, and so at this time I didn't think it was a big deal. Who cares? Like, you're filming me at work, not a big deal. Wrong. So she was filming us. There was this one particular video where me and other coworkers were in her video, and she had edited it together, whatever. So I was in her video. So she had been filming throughout the week to get footage for the video. One of our coworkers, she was doing cartwheels down one of the aisles, just filming random bits. I, being the idiot that I was, or am, whatever, I went into the deli while she was filming, which I was allowed to. If you ever go to the grocery store and you go to get like hamburger, there is meat in a styrofoam tray. Those were very accessible because they're all around in the deli. She was like, Tanner, do something funny. So I said something. I wish I had the footage, but I don't. I took a handful of those styrofoam trays and I bit into them and was like, oh, this is delicious or something or whatever. And I threw them away. Not thinking anything of it. I let her film me. I let her keep the footage because I'm oblivious. She films the video and edits it together, and I see it and I'm just laughing, whatever, no big deal. We had a manager who hated everyone, and everyone hated him, so the feeling was very mutual. He had gotten me in trouble before. That's another story. If you guys want another story, leave it in the comments down below. He found the video on YouTube because he has no life, and that's just the type of person he is. He finds the video and he sends the video to the owners. The owners watch it. So I get a phone call from the owner, my boss, on a Sunday. And I was in the car with my dad, my stepmom, and my brother. And I get a phone call and I answer it. It was the owner, and he was like, Tanner. I was like, yeah. He was like, it's me, whatever. He said, due to you being on the internet in our facility and destroying property, you will be suspended for the next week. You will not be allowed to work. And so me, being the perfect child that I am, literally started sobbing. I'm like, why? I was like, what did I do? He's like, you destroyed our property. And I'm like, what did I destroy? And he was like, the styrofoam bin, like the containers, you destroyed those. And that's a loss of money for us. And I was like, okay. And he was like, you're suspended for the next week. And so I'm literally crying. I am so upset because like that's my job. Like, I need those 13 hours that I'm supposed to work so I can have some gas money. I got off the phone and I told my dad and my stepmom, and they were just like, well, you know, it's not a big deal, which it's not. My dad was happy that he's glad I learned this lesson when I was, 18 years old in high school and not when I'm 32 and I have a career and then I just am fired. So I was just devastated. So I contact the butcher and I ask her, I'm like, weren't those trays defective? They were like damaged in a way where they could not be used, so they were going to be thrown away anyway. And she told me, she's like, yeah. And I explained that to them, that they were already damaged, but since they had already called me and told me that I was no longer able to work for the next week, they weren't gonna do anything. I was taken off the schedule for a week, whoop-de-doo. But my manager, she was also a manager, she got a pay decrease, and it was so upsetting. This story goes to show, hopefully it made sense in some kind of way. What I want you guys to take from this, anyone who is in a little job that like retail or literally fast food, whatever, this is all I have to say. Do not film, tweet, post, upload, Instagram, literally anything that you are doing at work and put it on the internet. Don't tweet how you hate your bosses. Don't blast them on Facebook. Don't do those things, because it will hurt you in the short term or the long term. Just don't do it. At one of my previous jobs, people would Snapchat a lot and they would film me, and I would tell them, I said, please delete that. I do not feel comfortable with you filming me at work because of this scenario, because I know it can happen. And they respect that and they didn't do it anymore. Keep your work over here and your social media over here, and don't let them touch. So I hope you guys learn from my mistakes and don't do this. So if you guys want another story time about another time that I got in trouble at work, let me know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and send me suggestions on Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you ladies next time. Bye! My elbow.